Well, surprise, surprise. Welcome to the monthly energy forecast for December 15th, going into January 15th, 2023. Can you believe that we are finally going into another year? Kind of crazy, isn't it? So, I normally don't do these live. So, welcome if you're used to getting the monthly energy forecast. I just had this feeling that I had to do this live tonight and I didn't know why. So maybe somebody's supposed to be on here watching and listening. If you're not getting the monthly energy forecast and you're not on my email list, this is what you're going to be getting every month. So make sure that you join my email list by going to the link below in the video. You can take the quiz, find out what your intuitive superpower is, because everybody has a specific special intuitive type. So make sure you take the quiz and you'll be on our email list, and then you'll get this monthly energy forecast every month. So if you're here, say hello. Some of you that will be waiting for this in your email are gonna be like, I missed it live. Well, if I had planned it, I would have let you know that I was going live, but something was telling me she has to do this live tonight. I don't know why. So, hi. If you are here tonight, I would just love to say hello to you because normally these are pre-recorded. So I'm going to lower the background music and just talk about the energy right now as it is. I mentioned last month that the energy was going to be a little bit more of the spirit of the holidays right around Thanksgiving time, going into the going into December 1st. I got to change this banner. Hold on a second because we are in the office, but not really. So this is your December 2022 monthly energy forecast. So if you're tuning in, we got to make sure that you know what's going on, that I'm doing this live, because some people think it's the office, but it's really not the office right now. But I like the way it looks. You know what I mean? I like the way it looks. It says the office live. It's kind of like pretty, just because I like it there. But really, you're watching the monthly energy forecast. So if you're just joining us, make sure you say hello. Make sure you let me know how you're doing. The energy is very frantic right now. And I'm going back to what I was talking about last month in November, that you were probably feeling the spirit of the holidays in November. And I told you that you wanted to get started on the holiday energy if you wanted to really, like, I like to immerse myself in the holiday energy. And so if you want to really get immersed in it, I told you to start in mid-November going into it. All right, this music is already like bothering me because the energy is so crazy. It's like I need quiet. You know what I mean? Are you guys needing quiet right now? It's kind of a crazy vibe. So when I first awesome, Noelle, good to see you trying to listen while you're at work. Awesome. This is the first time I'm doing the monthly energy forecast live. So thanks for joining us. Normally they're in the emails. So I appreciate that you're here. I'm going to do a little banner as well for the theme of the month. So if you just give me a second, normally these are, because it is usually not live. Let me do the monthly theme is preparing to launch. Yeah, I have to talk about that. And then we're going to go over every day of the month as well. This is going to be an interesting month. And if you've been following the monthly energy forecast last month, I normally go from the 15th of the month to the 15th of the next month. If you're here and you're new, I'm intuitive channel, medium, transformational guide, Marisa, Liza, Pell. We do these every month, but they are not normally live. So you're in for a treat today. The next energy forecast will be the 15th of next month. So I want to talk about, I have my notes here down. Everything is channeled when I actually sit by myself and channel all these notes for every single day of the month. I'll show you guys every single day of the month earlier today. So when I see what's coming up for every day of the month, I get a little bit like, oh, wow, this is interesting. This is cool. So I am not privy to this until I actually channel it. And I really should really go back to my own notes and be like, oh, I'm having a weird day today. I wonder what I said about it this day. There's a lot of people that write this down in their calendar and follow it religiously. But I hope you don't, because I'm just a human being and sometimes the energy's off. You know what I mean? All right. So we're going to look at the theme of the month for December 15th, January 15th. And when I'm looking at the forecast for this month, it just appears like this month over last month is very, very different in terms of energy. So when it comes to energy that happened, like I said, after the 30th of November, going into the 1st of December, the energy is definitely a little bit harsher right now. So if you're experiencing agitation, aggressiveness, feeling cranky, irritable, upset, the spirited holiday energy was in November, and I said to take a sled and just ride it. But the good news is that next 2 weeks we're going to get a little more comfort, a little more nurturing. So it's a little bit like you're just not feeling that Christmassy holiday vibe or even Hanukkah holiday vibe that's coming on Monday, and feeling the spirit of the energy. And I, more than anything about holidays, I love immersing myself into the spirit. So not feeling the spirit right now is like, I just want to let you guys know you're not alone. It's a little bit like erratic and frantic energy out there. So just try not to attach to it as much as you can. That definitely doesn't feel good. So the only way you're going to really get some relief is kind of getting some self reflection right now, some silence, if you can do that, and trying to get away from the busyness, the crowds, the frantic energy as best as you can, and even getting away. I know this is going to be hard for some people, but getting away from your closest relatives, friends, and family. How are you going to do that if people live with you, right? It's kind of hard, or you see your family members every day, or, you have to deal with people on the phone every day, whatever it is. I always tell people, oh, if you want to just stay away from the outside external energy of going to malls and grocery stores and all the energy of the traffic. But now, why I'm saying is staying away from your closest family members and relatives and friends that might be, going through a lot or chaos. I'm not saying that. It's just that you're so hypersensitive at the moment. And I know it sounds weird, but in order to refill your cup, since everybody's in frantic energy right now, you're going to be picking it up a lot more easily than you would otherwise. So you're going to be picking it up mostly in this next week around the people that are closest to you. So that's something I wanted to bring to light right now. So that's pretty important. However, like I said, last month, the 1st through the 15th, it's going to be a lot more harsh, what we just went through, not like November when it was a little more calm. And things are just not having that give me a Christmas cookie type of brownie feeling. I don't know if you have brownies on Christmas, but Christmas cookies, you're just not feeling it, right? But going into the later part of the month, that's when you might start to feel a little better, more of that holiday spirit going on into the 16th, looking into January to Friday. So looking right now into the 16th, going into January 6th. Okay, so that's when the energy is going to kind of get a little bit easier to deal with. So from the 16th of this month through the 6th of next month, I'm getting a sense of a lot more comforting energy, nurturing energy, feeling like you want to be kind of only with small groups of people. I know around the holidays, sometimes we want to be around our gatherings, our office parties, friends parties, but it's going to be just a lot too much energy. And if you're resonating with this, make sure you comment. Make sure you let me know you're here. Make sure you let me know that this is resonating with you. So I know that you are connecting with the energy forecast this month. So I'm not feeling like big parties or big gatherings are going to be good for anybody that's highly intuitive at the moment. Small groups of people, intimate gatherings, much better. But I feel like it's going to be a bit more feeling good by being around less people for like the remainder of the month. And the more people you're around, I feel like that energy is just going to be too much for you to handle at the moment. So if you started celebrating the holiday spirit after Thanksgiving, like I talked about in last month's energy forecast, and if you didn't get to see last month's energy forecast and you want to kind of backtrack it to the last week, just go back on YouTube and watch the previous one. So, like I said, if you started celebrating after Thanksgiving, that spirited energy for the holidays in December was really, really, really present. But the first 2 weeks of December were really, really, and still are very crazy. So, I'd urge you to just realize it's not you. And if you're feeling some joint pain, some headaches, some fatigue, tiredness, some aggressiveness, you're not alone. Even with your driving, just be careful out there right now. You just have to try to, because it's interesting, because when you're kind of like around somebody else, they're kind back to you. So it's a lot of people like just need kindness right now. So that's really like, sometimes we tend to be in our own heads and be like, I'm not feeling great. I don't want to be around all these people. I don't want to be around this energy. But this is something that I do, that I'm not just telling you it because I do it, but because it really is something that makes me feel good inside, and I know makes a lot of other people feel good. And I randomly like go to people that work at places, and I like give them things. So I go to like Home Goods a lot. I'll talk about my Home Goods obsession another time, and Michael's and all those stores. And, there was this wonderful guy who was working late night, and he helped me get something. And he was really stressed out, young guy. And he really, like, even though I could tell he was kind of um, really not happy to be helping, and it was very stressed out in his own right, he really he gave me a great deal, did a great thing for me. And I'm like, you know what is it that you like? Do you like candy, like chocolate? Like, what is it that you like? So I ended up, he's like, no, 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 you don't have to do anything for me. He's like, but the people like that work in those overnight jobs, like they're not really happy, and they get a lot of flack from customers. Like, customers aren't always nice to people that work in these stores that are taking care of, customer service and everything right now. People aren't nice. He said to me that one of his colleagues got screamed at, and then the lady apologized. But like, it's horrible for some people working out there right now. So he didn't want me to do anything for him, but I brought him and a bunch of other employees back some chocolate bars. And I could tell you, like, I bought, Christmas presents for a lot of people over the years, and they were like so happy that they had some chocolate bars to eat, like, on their shift, and their face. And it gave me so much joy, like, just doing something for someone that I didn't know and that didn't expect it. And I'm not telling you that to like be like, oh, look what I did. I'm saying for you that it might be easy for you to look at other people being cranky and irritable and focus on yourself being cranky and irritable right now. But that really works. Like, it will bring the Christmas and holiday and Hanukkah spirit into your life if just once during this holiday season you just do something for a stranger that they're not expecting. Believe me, it will fill your heart, it will fill their heart, and they won't forget it. They won't forget that um the act of kindness. And I don't know, sometimes I just like doing random things for people, and like they're like, "Why are you doing this?" Like, "You don't have to do this." I'm like, "I don't know. I just want to be nice to you. I don't know why. I just want to do something that's kind." And um it didn't take a lot for me to go and grab some chocolate bars. You know what I mean? It didn't take a lot to do that. Um, and they were just so excited. They're so excited, these people that worked at Michael's, and it put a smile on their face. So I'm happy that I wasn't one of the people who were yelling at them. If you remember, back in the pandemic, I used to go into area businesses and like save people from being yelled at, like in Burger King. There was a guy who was getting yelled at by, employees all the time, and I brought him some candy and some a little gift basket. And then I found out randomly, I don't know if you guys ever, if anybody on here remembers the Burger King episode, but he let me videotape him and put it on live to like tell people like what was happening to him, because I wanted like it to be known like what people were doing. And I randomly went to Target. This was like literally a couple months ago, and I ended up in a line. My daughter was like, "Hey, let's go in this lane," and I was like, "Why? We're in this lane." She's like, "Let's go in this lane." And it ended up being Patrick, the guy from Burger King a few years ago. And he's like, "Oh my God, I've been thinking about you ever since. And I just want to let you know I'm so much happier working here." But he told me that after that video, that people were bringing him gift cards and food and candy. He's like, people were just stopping by Burger King and bringing him some nice stuff. So this stuff works. It really is nice to bring some joy to somebody else's life. So just wanted to tell you that. So if you try it, you might find that you get so much joy out of giving too. So make somebody's day when they're not expecting it. It will come back to you threefold. I'm telling you, it will come back to you threefold. Um, and the other theme for this month, so let's go into the theme for this month that I'm picking up on is the theme. So we're a theme. Let me just say hi to people before I get into the theme. B, you're resonating with it. How are you? You're back. Great. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Cindy, oh, you're at the hospital right now with your husband, and on the elevator, a lady was all of a sudden was crying, and I asked if I could hug her. See, Cindy, you took a act of kindness. If I can just give that to everybody right now to do that for one person. Now, not crazy people, okay? Like you don't want to upset somebody like driving who's like a lunatic, but a nice person. Just do something for somebody that's nice, and you're nice, if that makes sense. Um, so the theme this month, we're going to get into the theme this month, and then I'm going to get into every day this month, is preparing to launch. So that's why all this frantic energy is kind of going on right now. So it's kind of feeling like everything's preparing you to launch a new you in 2023, to launch a new business, to launch a new creative endeavor. And this is when all the hard work is coming in. So like if you liken it to a carpenter, like building a house, it's like setting the foundation, doing all the grunt work and really not seeing much of a return for that right now. All the work that you're kind of doing. So even if you're putting in a lot of work into your personal life this month, this is a really important time to put in the work. You'll be reaping the rewards in January going into March of next year. So this is a really important time, even though it's the holiday season, to kind of do all the grunt work you need to do when you're not getting much return. So lay the groundwork, but I feel like the theme is preparing to launch, getting ready to launch. And so that's the hope. That's the inspiration for right now. So let's get into the days of the month. Okay. Let's get into the days. All right. And if you have any questions as we're going along, because we're live, happy holidays, Bonnie. B, you're feeling the theme. Awesome. Great. So let's look at the 16th. That's tomorrow. By the way, I'm in Pennsylvania. We have a crazy snowstorm today, and it's like an ice snowstorm. Everything's shut down for 2 days. So I'm here just chilling. So tomorrow, the 16th, I'm going to be reading you my handwritten notes. So if I'm looking down a lot, that's why. Another slow snow day for a lot of us on the East Coast. And however, instead of the calm, warm feeling that being in the wintertime brings, if you're on the West Coast, you probably are still in that frantic energy of the holidays right now. You're still in that frenzy. And it almost feels like the energy of like the last, couple days, like last minute shopping before the holidays. That's how it feels right now, the franticness of the energy. And you're just tuning in. Make sure you watch this from the beginning because we really tuned into the theme of the month as well. It almost feels like a last minute shopping energy for Christmas. Lots of angry, grumpy holiday spots right now. So don't let it be a bah humbug. Don't let it be a bah humbug. Things will turn around. People are grumpy and cranky tomorrow. But they just need a little love and a little hug, like you saw with Cindy on the elevator today. Okay. So the 17th, Christmas party vibe, Hanukkah party vibe, however, party vibe. So this is when you want to be around people is on the 17th, not any other day of the month. So this is the day. So be careful of people, though, who are imbibing too much or overindulging to take the edge off from all the energy of the last 2 weeks. And I have to say, if this is you're the one overindulging or imbibing, be cautious, be careful, because you might have an embarrassing incident. So not too good on the 17th if you're the one overindulging. If you're watching someone overindulge, still might not be a good thing because they might have something embarrassing. So if you are going to a big party or being around a lot of people, just be aware that there could be some obnoxious energy going on and people just not really doing too well with it. The 18th is a time to go in reverse. Close friends, knit family, not a great day to meet new people or open your home to visitors. It just won't work. It's not a good, won't mix well on the 18th. The 19th and the 20th kind of go together for me. So those are the arc. So whatever you're doing on the 19th is spilling over to the 20th. But the 19th is a powerhouse day, a day where you will have a good amount of energy to make things happen. Very good day. What you thought was a standalone day, so whatever action you take on the 19th, what you thought was a standalone day will lead you into the next day. So you either will realize that something is, I can't remember my writing. You either realize something you'd like to do, something you didn't know about yourself that you'd like to do, something you'd like to see, or something eccentric that you'd like to explore. So whatever the case, if you didn't do what you went to do on the 19th, you wouldn't get this aha moment on the 20th. That would lead to more great news on the 20th. So they kind of go in together. And it's like an arc. I see an arc, 19 and 20. So you need to go into the energy of the 19th, take that experience or that exploration or that little trip, whatever it is, and you're thinking it's a standalone event, standalone time, standalone experience, but it's going to lead into something really interesting that you wouldn't have ever planned out for yourself for the 20th. So I kind of like that, but it does require to take action and not just stay home and wait for it to show up at your door. Although I would say that with the energy being as it is, something may just show up at your door. Hopefully it's not an ex-boyfriend or something like that. All right. So we have some really weird person coming on our chat. So I'm just going to block them. That's weird. Okay. So hope that makes sense. All right. For those of you that like to shop and doing your last minute shopping, the 21st is the only day I reckon. No, not the only day, but the last day that I would recommend. It's the best shopping day pre-Christmas. You'll get the best deals. I wouldn't venture out on any other kind of shopping on the 22nd, 23rd, or 24th to buy electronics, to buy anything with moving parts, to buy anything like appliances, anything like that. If you want to just go out and get some wrapping paper or breakfast items or apple juice or orange, whatever, napkins, fine. But I wouldn't do any actual gift shopping from the 23rd, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Use the 21st and the days before that because we are coming into some weird energy around that time. So the 22nd and 31st, 23rd, very interesting type of energy. I told you that the 21st was the last day to do your go to the stores and do that, all that sort of stuff. But the 22nd and 23rd is a great day to go into the past. So kind of think about the Ghost of Christmas Past, right? I'm a big Christmas Carol fan person. So great day to go into the past and celebrate in old times. So however you can get back in time and celebrate some old holiday traditions, going and having an experience like watching carolers, walking some historic streets. I know there's a lot of old cities old Christmas cities you can kind of wander around where people are dressed in colonial garb, singing Christmas carols or something non-commercial. But those are the days where you really would actually experience going back in time and experiencing Christmas from an old holiday tradition. Or you could do something like totally non-Christmassy or go out to eat something that's like, go out and have like a big grill meal or go to hibachi sushi, go get, go to a carnival. I don't know. You could do something non-Christmassy and, go get an Italian meal. I don't know. Just something different. The 24th, which for a lot of people is Christmas Eve. Back to the Hanukkah energy, the 19th is huge power day. So I love the energy of Hanukkah on the 19th. Christmas Eve, usually I feel the energy more prevalent on Christmas Eve as far as the energy to immerse yourself into. But I believe Christmas Day will be more magical this year than ever. So expect the best. And for the 25th, I feel a big surprise for you on that day. Maybe a little surprise, maybe an emotional surprise. I hope somebody doesn't just show up at your door that you haven't seen in 10, 15 years. That would be weird. But surprise, surprise. And I think it's going to be a good one. The 26th and 27th, I want you to stick to your plan, nothing new. Do not make any spontaneous decisions or spontaneous plans around those days. Whatever you have planned now, I want you to stick to it, stick to the routine. The 28th, I'm not crazy about the 28th. And the 28th goes into the 29th, 30th, 31st, New Year's Eve energy. Now, what you do on the 28th is going to determine how your days go on the 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st. So that's a red day for me, is the 28th. I want you to exercise extreme energetic self-care. So baths, spa, yoga, meditation, something where you are like completely taking care of yourself. Because if you don't, the 29th, I see a stress situation occurring for you and burnout. And however that manifests itself, I don't like it. So the 30th and 31st, you'll spend yourself recovering from this. But if you do something different on the 28th, that's why I always say we all two different pathways, two different options of where we want to go, what we want to do. So now you're getting the insight. And I want you to remember that that day is not a day to push yourself. That day is a day to really go within and do some release work. So if you heed the wise lantern that's giving you the steps ahead, you will end the year with a lot more energy and in a very good place. So the 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st for you, if you take that other path, will be much better than those that don't. So that will be a happy new year for some people, and other people, if they're overindulging, if they're pushing themselves, if they're going and just burning out, it's going to kind of take them down for a couple days and not really be able to celebrate the new year. So you have a choice on where the energy is headed for you in those last couple days of the month. Um, January 1st and 2nd, time to clean house. Literally, this is where I feel like you're going to be cleaning house, redecorating, but mostly purging. Okay. Because the January 3rd, not the 1st this year, is a time of new beginnings, and it's not a workout routine. All right. If you do begin a workout routine, if you decide, and a lot of people do this, and if you've watched my webinars on how to create momentum in the new year, if you haven't, you'll have a chance to do that, I'm sure, in the future. But people who 92% of people who actually make New Year's resolutions don't keep them. That's 92% of people, and 86% within a month don't keep them. So that's where that's headed. So if it's not a workout routine, if you do begin a workout routine that you want to stick, it should be around water or slow moving exercise that will also tone and strengthen, like, yoga or swimming or something with water that you could tone your muscles. Nothing high impact. The fourth, chalk it up day. So lots of blocks in all directions on this day. Don't get frustrated because it's right there. I'm just letting you know it's a chalk it up day. So whatever goes wrong on that day, chalk it up. The fifth will open up the energy. So it's absolutely the opposite of the fourth. Great business day, new deals, contracts, contract reviews. Very important. This is the last day before the energy shifting again to where we have some retrograde motion, that I would say this energy is open for the taking for you to take a big leap in your career, your contracts, your negotiations, stuff like that. The 7th and the 8th, slow something days. Slow. What am I trying to say here? Okay. I have no idea. Slow moving, maybe slow moving days. Tap into more of your subconscious and not what you need to do all the time. So this is not like go, 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 do, do, do type of energy. This is like slow moving days where you want to just let it flow, let the river flow those days. The 9th, okay, this is also a very important, a very intense energy day, very good day. If you'd like to start a brand new business within your already existing business. So another branch of your business or industry or another line of your business or a brand new part of your business. If you don't own a business, maybe a new project within your circle of talent or your work, your creative work, another branch of that. So let's say you are an oil painter, maybe you want to go into charcoal, something like that. If you usually write fiction, maybe you're going into nonfiction. If you usually, play an instrument, maybe you're playing a different version of that instrument. So it's kind of like this is a really great time if you're thinking of expanding within your area of expertise into another level or a different branch. This is the time, if you've been thinking about it, to do that. The 10th is a very melancholy day, so sad. It's a day of regret that I wrote down for past months not amended to yourself, that you forgave yourself for over the previous year. So releasing energy therapy, releasing rituals, going and having a full new moon ritual, sound healing, having some energy work done could really, really help. I just have let it go in big letters. Finally, let those regrets go. Okay. So the 11th, interesting day, master number day. Go back to the previous creative passion and actually go for it. So when you were a kid or when you were in your 20s, you may have had a creative passion that you were involved in. Maybe you're in high school, maybe you're in college. It could be theater, radio, film, writing, publishing, music, art, podcasting, you name it, a hobby, an interest. And maybe you got into the business world or you got into the workforce or became a family person and you don't do that anymore. This is the day to get back to that and put that back into your life. Now, the 12th, you're going to think on the 11th, oh, I'm just being like daydreaming about this. Like, this is not going to happen for me. But the 12th, you're going to be really sorry because you're going to realize that it is realistic, that you've done a little research. You're like, oh my God, I could really get back into this. Even though the day before may have felt like a dream, you're finally realizing you can actually do this again. And the 13th, reality hits. This is real, and your dreams can become a reality, or putting this back into your life can really happen. Where maybe for the past 20 years, you didn't think it could for whatever reason. Um, the 14th is a day of writing, reflection, and journaling. I when people tell me to journal, I'm like, please, I do not want to write any more than I already write. Not interested in journaling. But this is a day of writing reflection. So when you start journaling on the 14th, stuff's going to come up and surface that you're not even going to expect. And it's going to lead to that light bulb moment. Now, the 15th, I'm going to tell people for the year 2023. Okay. It's so, so important that you listen to this. Investing in a gym or a personal trainer is like so 2005. Okay. You're needing to invest right now where the universe is going, where the consciousness is going, where highly sensitive people are going. If you haven't ever invested in your personal development work, okay, even through, and I'm sure everybody, maybe not everybody on here, but people have seen a mentor, a coach, or a therapist in their life, right? That's investing in your personal development. But this is taking it up a level to where you're investing in a mentor, a coach, an experience where you are going to invest in yourself. And a lot of people are like, I don't want to spend. I know I was here. I was here not even 2 years ago. I'm like, I can't invest in myself. That's like kind of like you almost don't feel like worth like spending all this money on yourself, right? But if you think about it, you're going to have to spend all this money on correcting all the patterns that you're not breaking. So this is actually taking a leap and investing in from the 15th on in January up until May, investing in your personal development, not physical, but mental, changing your life, developing your intuition on whatever level, getting a mentor, releasing your blocks, and going the extra mile in your life. I know for me that once I started to invest in personal development, the first one was really hard. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. But then after that, I must have invested, into 7 or 8 mentors after that. And it's like almost like more fun than shopping and getting new clothes and like doing other things. I'm like, oh, this feels great once you realize how you see your person. And it's kind of like different for everybody. Um, I invest in my business. I invest in learning new things about my business. That is an investment in my personal development. I may invest in learning about, live streaming, like what we're doing here, how to make that better, or investing in talking to a coach about, building my live streams more, or talking to somebody about, work for highly sensitive individuals, or having an experience where I go away for a few days and relax. Um, I'm always like, can't the money be spent on other things? But really, when you do it and you come out of it, it's really great. So I hope that you will do that moving forward into the new year. And also, if you are on my email list, you probably heard that we just announced to our student community, where it was kind of closed up until this point, but I am going to start a series of retreats starting in May of 23 on. And our first retreat is called Transcend, and it is the ultimate breakthrough retreat. So if you're looking to do something for yourself for 2023 and getting clear on a vision of where you're headed, you're going to leave there. It's a 4-day, 3-night experience, luxury retreat up in the Adirondack Mountains of Lake Placid, May 11th through 14th, 2023. And I'm only taking 15 people. We only have 7 spots left. So it is via application only to see like where you're at, if it's a good fit for you, if you will connect with the other people that are going. So if you would like to apply, just send an email to info@connectionbeyond.com. I'll put my email address here and I will send you an application if you're interested in learning more about the retreat. I'll send you some information, our pamphlets, and our itineraries and what we're doing. But if you're looking to break your patterns, get unstuck, and get clear about what your next steps are in 2023, and finally get away from the hustle bustle and get clear with your soul, get centered, and get balanced. But everybody will be leaving with a step-by-step plan of where they're headed for 2023 and breaking their patterns and accelerating their intuition. So I'm very excited about Transcend, and I'd love to see some of you there. But like I said, it is application only. So just send an email. That's your first step to info@connectionbeyond.com. We will send you an application. And if approved, then you can get on a call with me for about 15 minutes and ask any questions and see if it's a good fit for you. And if you can't make it to this one, maybe you'll make it to one of our other ones. But that's where things are going with me moving forward into the upcoming years. I know before it was galleries, but with COVID, everything, things have shut down with the theaters. So now I want to make a difference in people's lives individually and in a small group format. And I think this is going to be a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for those of you that have already done a lot of transformation and transition and you're burned out. You're like, I am done, but I'm still stuck and I need some clarity and I need to get away from my life, take a breather and get clear on what I need to do in the key areas of my life and my relationships, my job, my career, my friendships, whatever it is. You will leave with a blueprint and a map of where to go next because we'll get you aligned and ready to go and have you experience that breakthrough. So I hope to see some of you apply and maybe connect online through a Zoom and just get to meet you and say hello. All right. Well, thank you for listening to the December 2022 monthly energy forecast. And if you want to take the quiz, you haven't taken the quiz yet to find out what your intuition is, to find out what your intuitive type is, the link is in the description below. Just click on that and let me know what you get next time. All right. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Thanks everybody for coming. And I did this live this time. This is the first time we're doing the energy forecast live. Let me know if you like it or let me know if you like it pre-recorded. And I'll be seeing you soon. Have a great rest of your day. And thank you so much for coming tonight. And if you didn't get to watch from the beginning, definitely watch from the beginning. We'll see you soon.